You're listening to the Monday Night Community Show with Daniel on BRFM.
This is the Daniel Monday Night Community Show on demand through YouTube. Thank you very much for choosing to listen to us through this method. If you'd like to keep up to date with when I add new interviews, then subscribe to this channel. We're going to be talking on the phone all about how 1 in 5 Brits don't wash their hands after using the toilet, and even fewer after eating or before eating. Firstly, thank you very much for joining us. If you could just introduce yourself and tell our listeners a little bit about yourself to start us off with, that would be really, really good.
Sure. So, hello everyone, my name's Simon Hooper. You may know me online as Father of Daughters, so I have an Instagram account which has amassed about 700,000 followers in the last 2 years. About 3 weeks ago, my wife and I were invited by WaterAid and Super Duper to travel to Madagascar and go and see firsthand the work that they're doing to bring access to clean water access to people that really don't have it at the moment. So that was the trip that we did a couple of weeks ago, and now I'm here to talk about Global Hand Washing Day.
Well, I was wondering, are we taking clean water? And
Well, I think so. Here in the UK, we have the luxury of being able to turn on a tap and just have water flow out of it. But there are 1 in 10 people around the world that don't have access to clean water. So we're lucky where we are today in the UK to be able to have that. But even with the access to soap and water that we have, we're still not as good as we can be around washing our hands, which has an effect on the communicable diseases that are out there today. So we should all be washing our hands a bit more.
And that, I suppose, not just washing them with water, soap, I assume, does make a difference. Yeah,
well, soap is the catalyst to getting that transition or that transfer of disease down. So it's important to make sure that we're using them in combination. It's something I try and teach my kids every day, but I know I'm guilty of not getting them to wash their hands every time they should be.
So tell us a bit more about what shocked you most when you last visited Madagascar.
Well, I think the fact that I saw 2 different communities. So the first community I saw was a community that didn't have any access to clean water, and really they did kind of live hand to mouth. Everything that they did was based around earning enough money to survive one more day, and then they'd be back out in the fields the next day working hard. And the water that they had to use on a daily basis really was very dirty. We actually went down to the rivers to go and see how they collected it, and in that river there were also cattle who were urinating, but they were still forced to collect that water and boil it up and use it on a daily basis. But the next day we saw where WaterAid had come in and made a real difference and given these people access to clean water. And the difference was marked. There was music as we turned up. People had different aspirations now. They could see beyond the daily grind that they had and thought more about their children's future. So something so simple as access to clean water made a real difference between 2 communities that were in reality only 15 kilometres apart.
So I suppose it gave you a real opportunity to see that difference, and makes you realise, how much we probably take for granted water and what a difference that can make in that scenario.
Exactly. And it's something that we can help with here in the UK by supporting charities like WaterAid and using companies like Super Duper, who have pledged to support £150,000 by 2019 to support WaterAid in their quest to bring access to clean water to people all around the globe. So there's lots we can do to make sure that we are not only looking after ourselves here in the UK, but others around the globe as well.
So how important is hand washing when it sort of comes to staying healthy?
Really, really healthy, especially at this time of the year. It's really important because lots of people have colds and flu, and you don't realise it, but when you're sneezing, you're touching your hands, you're touching your face, you're touching everything else, and you're putting disease or potential disease down for other people to catch. So regularly washing hands can cut down those communicable diseases by up to 80%, which is really, really important. So that combination of water and soap, again, is key.
I suppose it doesn't matter if you think your hands are clean, it's best to wash them, because even if you washed them well an hour or so ago, the germs and bacteria are going to build up on them, and you should be washing them before you sort of eat or prepare food.
Exactly. In fact, I've recently just done a little game with my children using a UV pen. So I've got them to wash their hands, and they've put this special kind of paint on their hands, and then they wash as well as they can, put the UV light on, and we actually are able to see if there's any muck or dirt left in the crevices. So they can wash for up to 20 seconds, but it's really important that you are confident that you've got clean hands afterwards and that you've done it thoroughly. You can actually learn how to wash your hands properly in support of Global Hand Washing Day by going to superdoper.com or going to wateraid.org and learning more there.
Yeah, because I know it's very easy, even if you do wash your hands. I mean, I tend to wash my hands quite regularly, but it's very easy to just quickly run them under the tap and dry them off and think they're washed when really that's not a proper washing your hands.
I think we're all very guilty of that. I mean, we all live busy lives and we've all got rushed from one place to another. But it's important just to take that 15, 20 seconds that it takes to do it thoroughly and just start thinking about the importance of it, because as we said at the start, it is something that we take for granted, and we could really make a difference if we just took that little bit longer.
Was there anything else you'd like to cover or get our listeners, let them know about anything else that we've not covered?
No, I think I've mentioned everything. I think the importance is that people start to get educated about the importance of hand washing and make sure that they're practicing it within their own families as well. And in the workplace, it's something that I see on a regular basis is people coming into the bathroom, rushing, doing a pretty poor job of washing their hands and then running off to meetings, no doubt, to shake people's hands. So just give some thought to the importance of washing hands and do go find out more information around Global Hand Washing Day this Sunday at wateraid.org and at superduper.com.
Well, I'd like to thank you very much for taking the time out to talk to us here at BRFM Bridge Radio on the Daniel Monday Night Community Show.
Thank you very much for having me.